Welcome, everybody, to Cup with Gup on this Monday, September 6th. Happy Labor Day to all you laborers out there. Had an early pod this morning with the head of strategy with the prediction strike. Go check that video out. It's pretty cool stuff. I think, it's about less than 20 minutes. So, got a nice partnership with them. Looking forward to that as the season goes along. Right now, through Monday Night Football of next week, use the code NFL, get 25% off. That includes a 7-day free trial. So now is the time to do it because you can try out everything this week for free. See if you like it, if you want to stay on. New subs and current subs that upgrade between August 1st and September 13th will be entered into the prizes that I have posted on @Gup's Corner on Twitter. We got like 4 prize packs that will be given away, I think, plus some DFS Millie tickets, stuff like that. Lots of good stuff to be given away. And I'll do that on the 20th because we'll wait for the free trial to run out and see who all stays on the new sub side. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Hit the like button right now on this video. It goes a long way. I'll be doing giveaways all this week, and I'll be using people that subscribe on YouTube and also rate and review us on iTunes. That'll get you into the drawings as well. That's a free way to do it. Right now on Monkey Knife Fight, use the code GUPS, G-U-P-S, for a 100% match up to your first deposit of $100. So put $100 in, you get a free $100. Put 20 in, get free $20. They have season-long props up right now. If you want to attack the futures market a little bit different way, or maybe you can't bet, but you could play that. It's one way to do it. I'll have some of my favorites out a little bit later in the week. Not only I did the season ones, I think last week or week before on one of the Cup with Gut pods, but I'll also target some of the ones that I'm looking at for week 1, starting with Thursday night, Bucks versus Cowboys. So go ahead and get signed up now so you can play those props as we go through the season. Also, best balls are going fast right now on Underdog. Use the code GUP. Get $25 free when you deposit $10. No strings attached there. Good way to, if you miss some of the guys you may have wanted in your season home league or you want to draft some more, all kinds of guys talking about that in the GC Warrior Room as well. If you want strategy as we head towards the season starting Thursday. So get in there now, $35 will get you 7 puppy teams if you want that. Add some more if you want to do that as well. Use the code GUP, G-U-P. Both those can be found at gupscorner.com/affiliates if you just want to click the link and make sure you use that code. NFL Power Ranking, top 10, no change really this week. Ready to make our adjustments after we see some real football this week. Looking forward to it. My number 1 team is the Chiefs. Number 2 is Bucks. 3 Packers. 4 Bills. 5 Browns. 6 Ravens. 7 Rams. 8 Titans. 9 49ers. 10 Seahawks. Teams on the bubble, the Patriots, Chargers, and Dolphins. I'm just excited for football this week. Obviously, had a tremendous week 1 college football. My Sooners game was a little bit closer than I wanted it to be. We're up pretty nice at halftime, but just didn't, second half. I give Tulane a lot of credit and respect there. That team's going to beat some football teams this year. I'll be interested to see how their season goes along. It may not look as bad of a close quote-unquote win by the time they get to the season. They play teams like Cincinnati, UCF, stuff like that. So looking forward to that. Great game last night, Notre Dame, Florida State, 41-38 at the end of the game. Hopefully tonight's game, we should see that much scoring. That's the implied there. Bobby's already listed his article on the College Football Showdown, so you can go check that out. If you want to join right now, free trial, first deal is to get on that. It's a lot of strategy tonight. Both the quarterbacks are very high priced. It's going to be a puzzle piece deal to try to figure out which way you want to attack that pricing. Very tight pricing. Biggest week 1 line movement. I'll go through the lines real quick. Haven't really done that. Bucks -7.5 hosting Dallas. Buffalo -6.5 hosting the Steelers. Carolina -5 hosting the Jets. Houston +3 hosting Jacksonville. Tennessee -3 hosting Arizona. Washington, pick one to plus them depending on where you're plus one depending on where you're looking, hosting the Chargers. Atlanta -3.5, hosting Philadelphia. The Colts -2.5, hosting Seattle. Bengals -3, or I'm sorry, Minnesota -3, hosting at the Bengals. Sorry, I had that backwards. So Bengals are +3 at home to Minnesota. Detroit +7.5 at home, hosting the 49ers. Chiefs -6.5, hosting Cleveland. New England -3, hosting Miami. Giants +2.5, hosting the Broncos. Saints, now at a neutral field, but still the home team with the hurricane stuff, getting 4.5. Rams -7.5, hosting the Bears. And then Monday Night Football is the Raiders getting 4.5, hosting the Ravens. Biggest line movement from last week was Jags went to 3.5, Chargers back down to pick 'em. That game's been moving up and down all over the place. Vikings -3. I believe they were 2.5, so that's a pretty decent move there. Bears moved off the 7, so now they're getting 7.5. A little bit of significant move there on the road to the Rams. And then the Packers, with that game move, obviously going up. Now they're a 4.5-point favorite. Ones that stick out to me early on this Monday is, the Texans. I mean, I know they're going to be horrible. We know that, but getting 3 at home, and we just don't know what the Jags are going to be yet. We saw flashes of Lawrence. This is not – I don't think I can make a bet on the Texans week 1, but that intrigues me because we think Jacksonville is going to be a little bit better at least. But, we don't know with this offense and the new coaches and, Trevor Lawrence's first game, all that kind of stuff. Tyrod got named the starter today, probably as expected. We know it doesn't look like Deshaun may ever play again in Houston. Be interesting to see what comes of that. May have some movement there when the first big injury happens. But I think more than anything, I think it's teams are, they're not going to trade for him with the unknown of what's going to happen with all these lawsuits, civil lawsuits, criminal stuff going on. But I still think Houston at home getting 3 isn't. I'm going to guess a very public play is going to be Jags -3 this week, especially in your pick'em contest, stuff like that. So that stuck out to me. Not a strong lean there, but I do like. That's what I'm going to keep an eye on. Titans -3. I'm a big Arizona guy. I like Kyler. I like Rondale Moore. I think they're going to have a good team, but I think Tennessee's legit, and I think they are going to be good this year. As long as we don't have any COVID issues, and I put out a couple plays to the premium members this morning and told them, hey, normally I'd like to jump on as many games as possible when I see the lines that I want. But similar to last year, we see it almost every day. Someone in the NFL is getting put on the COVID list. Both those that have been vaccinated and not vaccinated. So it's a little, you want to put a bunch of money out there on bets and have a significant piece out, come Sunday or, whatever, Thursday, Sunday, Monday. So a little hesitant still there, but I think Titans, I think that's a good number at home. Playing Arizona, I think they're going to, Julio there now. If the defense has improved in all, and that'll be a good test for them with Kyler and those wide receivers and stuff. I think I like that one. Eagles +3.5 on the road to Atlanta. And that's an interesting game to me. I think it'll be a topic of the DFS world as well. I'll get into kind of the schedule a little bit later in the pod. Posted a new schedule today. But I like the Eagles there. I'm a little bit high on them. I think they could be really good. I like Jalen. In Atlanta, they just brought in another running back, so I don't think they're really settled there. We know Matt Ryan can throw it, and they got Ridley, and we'll kind of see it in Pitts. I think Pitts could have a big year for sure, but the 3.5 number just kind of intrigues me a little bit, so that's on my mind. Broncos -2.5. I talked about that last week. I still like that number. I see that getting to 3 by this weekend. That's one of my early plays that sticks out the most to me. We'll see if it makes the final card. And I like the Washington football team at home. I think the Chargers are a fancy, darling this season in the industry and in a lot of places, and deservedly so. I think they're going to be good. I think Herbert's tremendous. But I think Fitzpatrick, can do enough with that defense. They got Gibson, great running back. If Fitzpatrick, he's mobile a little bit, not crazy, but he can make some, he can do well. So I kind of like Washington maybe to quote unquote pull the upset. Right now they're technically +1. Some spots it's a pick 'em, but that's another one that sticks out to me on this Monday. Early, obviously become a premium member to get my picks when they are released. No PGA tournament this week. This is normally where I'd go over early odds for that. We are finally in the off season, which lasts all of 7 days. The 2021-2022 season kicks off next week. And I'll talk about, upcoming on that here in just a second. It was a fun tournament yesterday. Cantley pretty much didn't really ever look like he was in, too much trouble. But Rahm made a little push. It was really them two for most. You kind of thought, I didn't know about Nah, but you wondered if JT would make another nice day after shooting 65 on Saturday. Schauffele finally showed up, played him in showdown yesterday. He loves this course. It had a slow start to the week, but he jumps all the way up to 5th. Berger pays off some of the chalk guys once again in DFS PGA, which was it was a tough year for me. My worst year PGA DFS since I started really going in and playing it by far. So a lot of things to analyze for me as we get into the off season. I'll see if doing fall swing stuff for sure, but want to look at some of that stuff. I do think the industry it's definitely. There's more coverage of it. There's more people around it. So, just like we do in the NFL, people aren't afraid to play a high-owned running back if they like them. They just have a threshold there. And I think we may be moving towards that a little bit in golf because of so much industry coverage on it now. But it was good. I don't mind the format. I know some people don't like it. I don't mind it. That was a good inning. You kind of know where you are. I don't know if there's a better way, but I like it better than what it used to be. Because what it used to be, you'd have, that FedEx change, every situation changes. You don't really know who's winning that part, who's winning the tournament, but not that part. I think they could maybe, if they get engaged with the betting and stuff, if they would also show who's the gross leader, who's shot raw leader, whatever you want to call it, without the strokes, because there are bets out there for that now. A lot of people were trying to figure out what that was. That would be the only thing for me. Like I said, next week, the Fortinet Championship, that I believe that was a Safeway last year. Stewie Sink won that last year. Kicks us off next week, and then we get the Ryder Cup, which will kind of be a break. Looks like, based on DK covering the Shalom Cup, that we'll have some kind of DFS there. I don't really know how much we'll go into it. We'll see what it looks like with all the college football and NFL going on as well. And then we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 tournaments all the way till November 21st. And then pretty much you get the Hero World Challenge, which that's nothing. It's like 20. I think they expanded the field a little bit, 20, 25 guys. Probably that'll start our break, which will last till the Century of Tournament Champions January 6th. But we'll be knee deep in late season football for that. So looking forward to all that. We'll be covering all that. No problem at all. I do have a couple leans just looking at the board this morning for the Euro BMW Championship. Hovland's over there. He's the favorite, 9-1, I think is what I saw. Just some names I kind of looked at. I may throw it out there, some official bets, before that kicks off this week. I like Guido, 40. Matthias Schwab, 50. Rosner, 66. Higo, 66. Peter, 66. As far as long shots, Billy Horschel played really good this week. He's over there, I think, 22-ish. I'll look at that a little more and see where we're at come Wednesday. For us, upcoming in the fall, I put out a new schedule. That prediction strike was dropped this morning. If you want to go check that out, good offer there. It's basically think stock market for professional players, and not the jock market deal. Especially I know with golf, like you have an IPO, you buy them, you can sell and all that kind of stuff throughout the tournament, and then they pay it out that Sunday. This is like a lifelong quote unquote stock. Like if you want to buy, Trevor Lawrence right now and hold him for 3 or 4 or 5 years as his value, if you think he's going to go up or be the next Peyton Manning, you can do that. They have NBA, NFL now. They will be adding UFC, he said, next, golf in the spring, soccer coming up, all kinds of things. It was a great little 18 minute deal. If you want to go check that out. I mentioned tonight's showdown should be our fun one. A lot of high scoring, a lot of strategy talk on that in the GC Warrior Room for sure. Wrap up week 1 of college football, and then we are 3 days away from NFL. Content schedule, I released it today to the pre-members. If you want to go check out all the articles and everything they'll be doing. As far as pods and all that kind of stuff, PGA will stay the same. I'll still do the Smash Factor on Mondays. Only real change will be for premium members. I'll only do E9 as we see it warranted with so much going on for football and all that. That kind of takes a little bit of a back seat, and then bring it back, in the or January for sure. But there's some, WGC stuff like that where we seem to have some pretty good interest. I'll certainly do an E9. NFL coin flip will come out Thursdays. The Audible chat live Sunday mornings for premium members at 11 Eastern. Do that for about 30 minutes or so, then give plenty of time before lineup lock, 30, 45 minutes. We'll see how long those go. Cup with Gup on Mondays, a normal Monday, so starting next week. Review a little bit of the Sunday action, early look at NFL, college football, and PGA odds, and then I'll give a few thoughts on the Monday Night Football showdown slate. Put out my showstopper article to the premium members that afternoon as well. Tuesday, PGA deep dive like we've been doing, NFL power rankings updated, waiver wire potential ads for your season-long stuff. Early look at some of the potential spots, DFS stuff like that. Wednesday we'll do PGA final thoughts update on the week like we have been doing, and then I'll probably have some college football, NFL stuff in there. Thursday PGA ownership review, and then I'll go into the Thursday Night Football showdown thoughts starting next week. This week I think I'll still do a pod. We'll see. I'm in a member guest this week up in Tulsa that I played in. This will be my 3rd year in a row. Heading up there Wednesday morning, but I'll still have all the content and everything out. Friday, I think I'm working with Ryan. I think we're going to bring a new kind of format. We may record it Thursday night. I was going to try to see how that works out. I like to do is like a main slate review. So I'll still do the coin flip, which will just kind of hit on, same format like we do for Smash Factor. And then this would be like our thoughts going back and forth on each game in the main slate real quick, still keep it under an hour. But we're working on that format as I speak, but there'll be some kind of NFL stuff talk on Fridays for Cup with Gup. Bobby will have the Read Option podcast out on Thursdays. He did not have one this week as his new baby was born. Congrats to them. They are all home. They got discharged Saturday, actually. And he still was able to get all the articles out, so big props to there. We will have a new deal this year called Engaged 8. You have to be a GC member, subscriber to get into this, but each week we're going to choose 5 weekly members, or 5 members weekly, to play against Ryan, Bobby, and myself in an 8-man contest. If one of the 5 subs win, they get a $100 Millie ticket to the next week's main slate on NFL. If one of us 3 wins, we'll put $50 in a charity pot that we'll keep track of and donate at the end of the season. Ryan kind of brought this idea up. I like it. Win-win for everybody. You get to be a sub. You get a chance at the Millie ticket. If we happen to win, one of us 3 win it, $50 goes to charity that week. There'll be many ways to get entered as a weekly sub. We'll think of different ways throughout, GC Warrior Room and Slack, on Twitter, through these podcasts, stuff like that. The first one starts right now. When you listen to this, please go to @Gup's Corner, retweet the podcast drop, and in the comments, tell me your favorite NFL Week 1 game you're looking forward to seeing, and then give me a way to identify you. So either put your Slack name. You probably don't want to put your email out there, just some way. Or if you don't want to do that, leave the comment and you can screenshot it and send it to me so I know who you are, because we'll have to get you entered in to the Week 1 8-man deal. I'll probably go ahead and randomly select someone this week to get a $100 Millie ticket, since obviously we hadn't done the 8-man yet. That way we can get a sub in there for this Sunday. So retweet this podcast, leave me your favorite week 1 game, and then let me know how to get a hold of you if you are a winner, so I can verify your sub, and then we'll move on from there. So that'll be exciting. NFL tools for us are going to be dropped the next day or so. Obviously, only data in there is for last year, so it's not like you can go do a whole lot of research in, but I think it'll still be useful. I'll do a tutorial after week 1, so we have live data in there, and I kind of show you how I utilize it. I'm excited for this. It'll only get better as we get y'all's feedback, just like everything else. The green machine is rocking and rolling right now. Everybody's loving that. A lot of people, I've had a lot of guys tell me they're trying, the quarter arcade or the dime deal, just because I've never been a big MME guy, but they enjoy it, especially like college football. They've been able to do more than they normally did with that. We have lots of stacking rules, quarterback and super flex rules, all that for college football, and we'll have similar for NFL as well this week. Looking forward to it. We'll have the stat engine in our tools, which can be filtered by certain times of the year, teams. So say, like last year when Dak went down or something like that, if you want to look at the Cowboys stats just for week 4 through 8 or something like that, you didn't want to bring the Dak stats in. So you can kind of see, well, who's been the leading receiver only when the backup played or something like that. It gives you that flexibility. We have the red zone advantage, which shows attempts and completions and touchdowns for the quarterbacks in the red zone, rushes, for the running back, how many carries they got, did they fumble in the red zone, how many targets for all the wide receivers, plus you got your team splits on their percentage of run versus pass in the red zone. Looks really cool. Excited for that, especially once we get the 2021 data rolling in there. Scouting report is back. It's one of the favorites for a lot of people out there. It shows, plays by week, yards per play, some nice charts there, time of possession for said team and the opponent, rush and pass per attempt, that stuff. You can sort it, see who's the best in the league. Like last year, Chargers led the league, 68.31 plays per game. Texans were last at 55.62 plays per game. Has all 32 teams in there. That's a pretty cool little deal. Can't wait for that to be up. The matchup advantage basically will show you, based on giving up yards, passing versus your passing yards, and then same with rush and rush defense. Who's got the biggest on a yards per play, yards per game type advantage on this week's matchups. So if we got the number 1 ranked rushing offense against the worst rushing defense, it would show a plus minus rating of 31 or whatever, and so you would know who's just on that. We have all the other matrix too, but that's just a quick view to kind of see where you could potentially see some matchup stuff. And then we'll have our weekly baseline projections. So those will come in. Those will kind of be the website's baseline for the tools and all that. And then I'll still post mine for the content and analysis piece, with my movement up and down, sliding the projections a little bit based on my thoughts. So looking forward to all that. It's going to be great. NFL week 1 is going to be awesome. No golf this week, but I think a lot of people are ready to kind of take a break from it anyways. College football week 2 will get kicked off. We'll have you covered there as well. Remember, spread the word. Join now. NFL 25% off through September 13th. Prices go up September 14th. Looking forward to this season. Looking forward to this week. Good luck, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a blessed day.